Welcome to TOS classes. I am Mahitosh. I am MSc in Physics and MEd, and my channel, this TOS classes channel that covers the total syllabus of physics subject physics of CBSE board. And in my previous video, I have explained you the electric charges, how they can be produced, and their some basic properties. But today, we are going to discuss the apparatus with the help of which we can check that an object is charged or not. And the name of that apparatus is gold leaf electroscope. Actually, what is gold leaf electroscope? Gold leaf electroscope is the instrument which is used to detect the presence of a charge on an object. Okay, now we come here and we have to see on which principle it works. Very simple principle. Like charges repel each other. So a gold leaf electroscope works on the principle that like charges repel each other. Now we come to the construction of gold leaf electroscope. Let us see. In construction we have a glass bottle. This is transparent, as all of you know that glass is transparent. Through in this glass bottle I suspended a metallic rod. The top end of this metallic rod is attached with a metallic knob, and the bottom end we have suspended two gold leaves made up of gold, and this metallic rod is passed through a core by making a hole in the core. Okay, this is the construction. I can explain once again. What is construction? You can note down, pen down. Gold leaf electroscope consists of a metal rod. This is metal rod with a knob at one of its end, and at top of this metallic rod there is a knob. Two thin gold leaves are attached to the bottom end of the rod. Two thin gold leaves, they are attached to the bottom of this rod. This metal rod is suspended in a glass bottle by passing through an insulating core. Okay, so this is the construction of gold leaf electroscope. Now let us see how it works. How we can check that an object is charged or not. Before that, I am going to erase here. Like this one, I erase it. Okay. Here I put one glass rod. You can see the glass rod is not in contact with the metallic knob. What happens if I touch this charged rod, which is positively charged glass rod, to the knob? Let us see what will happen. Here this is a glass rod which is positively charged. This is positively charged, and this is the glass rod. How we can produce the positive charge on glass rod? When I rub silk cloth on glass rod, it gets positively charged. So as soon as you touch this positively charged glass rod to the metallic knob, the positive charge passes through this metallic rod, and the leaves also positively charged. The two leaves are positively charged. What will happen here? As soon as you touch, the shape of the leaves will be like this one. They are in V shape. Now I can say that this glass rod is charged. So with the help of this apparatus, we can check whether the object is charged or not. Once again, we are going to explain the working. As soon as I touch the positively charged glass rod with the metallic knob of the gold leaf electroscope, the positive charge flows through the metallic rod, and at the same time the two gold leaves develop the positive charge. As we know that like charges repel each other, that's why the gold leaves separated, the shape of the gold leaves are V shape, and it means they get separated. Okay, so what I have observed, divergence of gold leaf suggests that glass rod is charged. If I use another glass rod, I use another object, and from this apparatus we can also conclude what is the magnitude of charge. If the divergence, you can write down, smaller the divergence of gold leaf, smaller is the magnitude of charge. Next point, larger the divergence of gold leaves, larger is the magnitude of charge. And this is the specialty of this apparatus. You can check whether a body is charged, and at the same time you can also check that magnitude of charge is small or large. Okay, so today we have discussed the gold leaf electroscope, the principle. The principle is that one, like charges repel each other, and after that the working. Now, one conceptual question that is generally asked from this topic is that why we use gold for making the leaves here. Once again I am going to repeat my question. Why we use gold to make the leaves? Why we are not going to use other metals? We can use the other metals also, but to increase the sensitivity of gold leaf electroscope, it is expected that a leaf should be made up of gold. The reason is that one, you have studied one term that is known as ductility. The ductility, that is the property. What is ductility? Ductility is a property which is responsible for making thin sheets. So ductility is the property of metals which is responsible for making thin sheet. As the ductility of gold is high, gold is large, but the ductility of gold is large, so very thin sheets of gold can be made. So there's a conceptual problem कि why we use the gold to make the leaves in gold leaf electroscope. The reason is ductility. Ductility is the property of the metals which is responsible for making the thin sheets. Here the gold has been used because the ductility of gold is very high or large. As a result of it, very thin sheets or very thin leaves can be made, and with the help of which we can detect the small magnitude charge of very small magnitude, and this increases the sensitivity of gold leaf electroscope. I hope that you had understood it well. Thank you very much.